also the bedi makuteni be any. Now to Yamana Mampani, Ebeka COVID-19 when some HA which will say, why can't pass a fever query and what me I'm a nipa best at 20 million and our vaccine.
Sansu ana na watuyemu ana Ghana Mampani at the abetu eja ese ebeye a year sima mienu pe anas donhwe mienu ane mfanye a year.
Sansu na watuyemu ebeto just Millennium Excellence Award for at me about Chamegno Mashabafi Abasu, a moon no yet sumo.
Sansu ana a special prosecutor Ghana for be akasa afahu.
Abusia for way any afro pin and you may yet me at the Eba Sumwa. Na a Yumoko be Adaroma. A Jama Heba and Prayer Center Yafa Asada Emom. Almost a dear beer at it no. For a piemu ewo almost a hold na omuntimi saw ya dear who and topa. One to say soon sumu and answer honamuni. One more betting it at the Amao. Our branches name and son and a war my Muko Kumasia. One more hour at Tonsu Abu Severe Junction, Sanso, and a bit Tamano a betchily bomb pot bumper. Uban kind dear Pokasima in a Honashe Cassiano, and Casa Ewa Honsoba, one more ever shop Pama what to ye. If I saw all Banawaja, Nas open Chemupia, now one from our Names way so 0244848053. And as a 0244970845 NFA.
A German Media College Eto and Safra wow in the jeans and throw Edumano. Sir Obeys on 20 papa among Mangan and Busuade and your nanny a German Media College. Say Oko a year on Mangan and what so and Amy and Sameka a German Prayer Center. Ubeda forms Nimbi Honum Ato a 50 Ghana cities now we're free Titiase open a Munche Muga Fraser 249729673 now young Fanche Emma.
I'm sure for you, Millaya Summon Ayame. Obapa a Kriya Dankwa, Minimia Bema.
Nana Safu Kantanka.
Yet I want to be abide in 7 months soon. Abusafo yense samna se di yanchese na otwi ya mu na chese Ghana mampani efisa COVID-19 by na Bernard no nchaso nya be kasa afa ho obasa was fellow Ghanaians have come into your homes enti de toso adwunu ensia no na oba ya wo kyerem se COVID-19 da so anti protocols ye hwani di super wo kyerem so obo modern pasa fi be kwawie ye de na Ghana for nipa be se opepi aduonu 20 million na atimi awo vaccine. His Excellency Nana Adodankwa Ekufuado Kasano. Wachem say, what a swan granny Mudiama wire crowd of pass, and some fiber corner no. Nagana 4 bears or pipi adueno 20 million and omotimi our vaccino. Or chemwa, Nipado dua our vaccino, our maimu, a pepe bacon, and pim a hernune adiosia bacon, a hasane adioconomians 1,271,393. And no, and Wachem say, one more single job no, and pim a hang ne aduosienum aha 9 aduonum mienu 865,422 ochemu say womo ma wo 2 jobs ne nyina no empem aha 9 num aha nkro ne aduoson baako 405,971 ochemu say enkodu say bewura third quarter ewo afimu no na womo nam covers facility for so the vaccine opepe baako 1 million if USA mamu elebepemu ewo maimu woto aso biem say omo the Pfizer vaccine mpem ahanu aduanan kono na free African Union babe piemu awomaimu ena wo kire say omo de empem ahanu aduanan nkono enso AstraZeneca vaccine na omo de be UK maimu abe piemu awomaimu o kire mu say oda so de niema egu akwan mu a obetimi de vaccine opepidun so 17 million single dose Johnson & Johnson vaccine de nam African Medicine Supply for so de be piemu awomaimu a wo kire mu say vaccine na womo de dwuma maimu nyina no the National Regulatory Agency and the Food and Drug Authority for
fellow Ghanaians, indications are that in the course of this quarter of the year, the availability of vaccines for our country will ramp up. Government is therefore standing by its commitment to vaccinate 20 million Ghanaians, i.e. the entire adult population, by the end of this year, in spite of the huge global demand for vaccines by countries and the surge in infections the world over. So far, 1,272,393 vaccine doses have been administered, with 865,422 persons having received a single jab, and 405,971 persons have received their full dose of 2 jabs. We're expecting through the COVAX facility and the African Union 1,229,600
abusuafo yadasoa ejamampani akate denende ne kasamuno ana odeto Ghana fo nyina nim se enam covid ho nsense imi akwa be count no se oman obeso oye ayi a edonhwemienu pe ana ekwanma ne se onye ayi
wa Ghana mampani kasaye mu na otire mu se COVID-19 yare no eyade a ama no husu ye pam na ekame akoye sesisi a Ghana fo eye COVID-19 hihye ya we yedi so ni nyina ye jam sisi a obehu so obi na ma onhye nose mask enu nti sisi a committee a oti eye task force no onu akasa be ye kandifo adi animu sene omo nam no mu se obi nam no onhye nose mask enu no emra no be sene etie na enu no koso kire mu se sisi ase obi be ye eya nipa nimpa babia eso pam sene adom ne ba obtiti wo muntamu eye COVID-19 nintim eno era osachire mu sesisi a wibeye ya onya no donhwe mienu pe na waye eye no awie na eye no nso no se efru ne da ho no mu na mukokosie ni bam enya afi na mo saba betina se atu nsa edidi eyade eye se obi abehwe na wakọ na fiefie mu eno mu na okasa echense mu nsem bebre na eno kan sei eno okasa
extremely troubling to note that a high compliance rate with mask wearing has fallen alarmingly. The wearing of masks in public places, fellow Ghanaians, continues to be mandatory. There are no exceptions to this rule, and strict conformity with this protocol will be enforced. Anyone found to be flouting this directive will have him or herself to blame. To ensure that such gatherings do not become the sources of infections, the following must be adhered to by all at these gatherings. Firstly, the wearing of masks continues to be mandatory, and persons must respect the enhanced hygiene protocols. Secondly, all such events must be held in open-air spaces. Thirdly, the duration of such events
for Yantua Sunaiko Asante Mantemua na Millennium Excellence Award Petro Domano Eye Asante Hina no 246 to Tosumino. Now Chiama Beto Jasa went to me about Yamehine or Masabeja Fee right honorable Albans Mona Kings for Backbin. One much someone say a call be a Masabeja near Watchapa or Masabeja Muhadia. Not what would you may year Diana Ayon.
Wamasebejamu ena yebo masebejamu tiamehini eye ola Kingsford Urban Mala Bagbin yebo na batuse onu ena ye obi a wache ewo masebejamu ho ye pam na enumu ena okasa se na edi nkan no ode aseda ama otwegya mponyankopon sa ene ode na du empempenso se na waye adwuma pii ewo masebejamu ho edi nkan obaye masebejamu ni ena afenso no obedi eye dom kitwa anim na osa ebedi eye dom kese enso eni ena osabaye kasamafo abedi etua otoso mienu ena sisi anyankopon edina ba bedum pempesa sisi oye tiamehini ema eye na sebedum enunti no ode asida ema otwedi ampon se odina ba bedu empempesa ense bebre na enokan sei ena okasai
is our day, not just my day but our day. The Parliament of Ghana and the members of the Parliament of Ghana. I want to thank the Almighty God whose favor and mercies have brought me this far and for guiding the recognition of me for this prestigious award. His guidance over the years has given me the opportunity, the needed strength and fortitude to serve this House in various capacities. First, as a member of Parliament, then as chairman of various committees, minority leader, majority leader, second deputy speaker, and today, the speaker of this parliament, an institution of might and majesty. I owe this award to his continuous grace and blessings. And I must say, I am extremely grateful to the Almighty God.
And let's see, and now Dom Kuma on Banner for no for Haruna Idrisu. One Eka Sayana friends Dom Kaseɛbɔ and some Banner that for Abediache. Roman for Alias Fenomarkin or non so Eka Say.
Speaker, Albert Sumana Bogben, Albert Sumana Kingsford Bogben has built his own parliamentary pyramid from member of parliament to minority leader to chairman of committee to majority leader and now to the apex and zenith of it, the speaker of parliament. How refreshing that he has been recognized for this award for meritorious service to our republic. And Mr. Speaker, whilst I congratulate him, I miss no words in adding that Albert Sumani Kingsford Bogben has made a remarkable, if not an unparalleled contribution to the evolution and development of parliamentary democracy in Ghana, particularly under the Fourth Republic. It is my prayer that with this recognition, parliamentary
Now what you mu ana abito edwa sese di na ane si ejeben obo indi se wo me special prosecutor na osese akwanya ne ba na se de mana onipa poto ne ye adwuma eye anas aremu yaw anas
Ora kisi Egm Kaseɛbɔ Ghana mampani aboni din sa special prosecutor na otwetwa mokopie mu Mahyɛbadwafia appointment committee kɔto na no a ehwɛ ne modembo sɛ obetimi ayɛ adwuma no a anoto ni mu na ɔde nsɛm ahodo to dwa a wɔkyerɛ mu sɛ wɔno de ɔba akata ahyehyɛ nya ade sɛ obetimi atu ase ana obesie no na emom no wɔde de ama ahodo no begu ɔkɔm a ɛbɛyɛ den pam obi sɛ wɔde ne ho ɛbɛhyɛ kata ahyehyɛ emu ɛno na ɔde nsɛm ahodo to dwa bɛ wɔkyerɛ mu sɛ wɔno de wɔba anas areme yaw anas kɔyɛ fɔso din dwuma no sa pɛpɛpɛ no so ebe faso san sekretashe no eye kokoamu adiwa se obi yo no nipa na meka nche se wo ye ketashe enya ya ubehu ni senti no so otimi di investigative journalist bi ehyemu a ebe boa ne pa ama watimi ache wo mu a wo mo ye ketashe ni nyina ensema ho bebe no de tu dwa anototo na chi no committee no etimi kan fo ne pa de ma Mahyɛbadwafo se wo mo engine ntu no ma ye special prosecutor e wo man mu ensema mu na man boni manu anyengba ne Ghana fo yitwe nkomo bisa se owura kisi Egm a yayi no adwuma no obetumi aya na sei na Ghana fo editu anim
Ghana ha system no say obetumi ayo so ntumi enyo ejina ye nipa na ye wo man ni mu no so nipa na wo man ni mu no yen ya na ye beboa no ene bema nipa no betia ye adwuma no obetumi aye ni nyina no say ese ye ma na kwanya na nipa no so ye boa no in terms of say ye chi obi anaso obi ye bone na enya fe na from the top penny bi ebefa phone afrese we mabusuani we SMS nti yen yin mfiri ho eno de wo be ha no untimi ma na adwuma no ba se ya aponte no yenim adwuma ko a oba be ye yenim se special prosecutor enye na adwuma ne se okoya adwuma foforo bia eno ne obebo aban no japade ti yenim se san na adwuma ne tede a yen ja no
abusuafo yento so dia na enche bia busumi etwa mu no ena chasamente me hosi bi sorry e wo drama no mu a enam so ema so afọ hwe afisem so onyamfo Ambrose Derry etimi committee bisa wo mo hwehwe ensem ni mu na otwe ye mu ena committee me 3-member committee no mutimi the report nina e de come so afọ a wo hwe afisam so womo etie nyi womo ahwehwe mu pa ediko echiye eno na wo chemu say womo eka asisi dua pa say womo etie adansefo aduonu mienu ena afenso no enkata womo nya ne audios ena afa videos ahodo womo nya ye pensempense bibia mu no nia womo enya free mu ena womo ede prom no na womo ejidi se Ghana company ena afa soafo no metie no asopa mu pa na afa womo age atum na womo ede aye adwuma isemi nya no titrani ede ma committee no eye Justice George Kumsin wono eno di tujwa bra wo mo the report no e ma sofo a wo hwe afisem so
an important but delicate assignment with a huge national expectation. We can assure you that we equally attached serious importance to it and dedicated ourselves to all issues with meticulous attention and detail, having assured ourselves that after listening to 22 witnesses and reviewed volumes of documents, audios, and videos, we have come with our findings and preferred some recommendations. These we present to you today in the hope that the government, through your good self, will give a good ear to them and try to accept and implement them.
The report I accept. I would study the report and then submit same to the president in consonance with the directive that he. But I can assure you that we would take the report very, very seriously. At the appropriate time, we would make the report public. And it will be
Swafwa wa share efisem su onimunyamfo Ambrose Derry akasa na osene kasa mu no obi biara edua ho nsensem ne hu bom mu no se na emra te o manga na mu no eni bedi pepepepe
Abra soafo wo hwe afisem so ononyamfo Ambrose Derry age report edi faith remember committee ho na odi na no disam etodwa no wo kyeremu say committee no aye nhwehwemu afa ye course e wo adwa secretary ase no awie ne santi no wo kyese no office ho no omukoye nhwehwemu na obi biara subu aye de bo efa adwa secretary course no ho no bedi fo e wo mu no wo mo ebewa bambo ko mo hwamam emra eye adwuma na wo mo ne wo edi ne sania emra no ese
Ayawasi was regretful. We have dealt with it, and we are continuing to see how much we deal with it. And I can assure you that this committee's report would be honestly, and there is no chance that anybody would be listening. At the same time, the law says that you are presumed innocent until you are proven guilty. The problem is that anybody who had any lack of confidence in him didn't have a basis for that. This country has depended on the collaboration between the military, the police, and other security agencies over the years. They've had 27 separate collaborative efforts and operations over the years. And Ghana remains an oasis of peace in this sub-region. So there is something that is good about that collaboration.
So for young to so dear na kopiemu ewo atamansa ene mpanifo ewo ho no wo mo de adesadeɛ pa to mpanifo ndim se omo hia apomdin adwumayefo pa na osofo a wo hwe manbo ho nsɛm so wo san so mase bedwani de ma adehye wo ofonse ayebi onumyafo kojo ponko kopiemu ho no a wotimi ko bie otwamodern theater bi omo sidem mo no enom kyemu se omo hia head workers pa na madam Gifty Sunu district head director or atamansa wode nsama hodo etudwa
Mrashe bedwamu ni edima ofuase ayilebi eye owura kwadwo opon nkromam ena okopie mu ewo bena ase ehonomo ena okobie ayasa bia fufuro ayesi ede ama wo mum na eno no se yede nurse fo ne a doctors fo no ekọ honomo am na omo mpese omo bekọ ni nyina no eye akade omo behia de aye adwuma e honomo no eni honomo eno ena eye district head director eye madam Gifty Sanu eni examtrofo ekasa ise odefa eye owura kwadwo opon kroma so de akoma aban se wo mehwe meye wo moa efa eye eniema ombehia e wo honum se omde beye adwuma na no kobasa na se yede obi ba honum a ebema nipa no so aba beye adwuma mu anigye mu ene asundwe mu ensem bebre na na ode to nsentwerefo enim na se no kasa.
I wish to humbly appeal to my regional boss, the regional director of health services, to remember the people of Achimasa when it comes to posting of critical staff, such as anesthetists, theater nurses, registered nurses, pharmacists, or a pharmacy technician. This will in diverse ways help in the smooth running of the theater.
Abusuafo enu achi na olumnyamfo kwadwo opon kroma nsam tudwa na kontin no wo achembre na ase na nakwamna duben enso ekasaye.
Is very important to us, and so we've been investing in healthcare infrastructure across the district, and I think the peak of it is to today open up our surgical unit here at the Brenase Health Center, which we're upgrading into a polyclinic. We've also had the opportunity to reintroduce to the community our first medical doctor that we've brought into the district. He's been here for about 3 years, and we've also seen the residence we've put up for him and also the vehicle we've put up at his disposal. And these are just efforts to ensure that we improve healthcare in the community.
Now, you toss who say, you must say, send your first year. Now, the national person, no, you be and the best support to the person, count upgrade the hospital, now, after the new senior, all his help, I transfer their body. Yet soon we know, they say, theatre, Nanyadum, all they are praying. Now, you figure point free, but done super. All entirely. Every mission as ambulance bar at the Britannia neighbor, the best say Katra, Naka, over here, more time, about Busso, now we see. I'm an emergency India car, where you know I attend to Mamma.
Me boshi akopemu ewo eye asenibia ewo eye meka Cape Coast High Court no na wahese eye 2020 parliamentary abato na woto ye no ana election na course wo ho no e fa ma she bedua no ho no nyane se eye asen north e de no wahese once obesan ato no fufuro bi
wo afi apim ebien eduenu abaya tu ni mu no ensem bebre man homo ewo oman Ghana ha mbia bi etde techiman south jomro en afenso oye ason north abatom peshodo na dani ena ensemi kopemu ewo Cape Coast High Court wo kwatsa do rules asam no empemfu bechem de wabo asem ni hinara egu ema wode kwedu so abo oye owura James Jachi ono no ye mbrehye bedwumeni edma ason not abatum peshodo amane ba ofi mfimfino mantem ebeni ande Cape Coast High Court ono NSSano oye afi impime ne drenu abato yetu ema oye mbrehye bedwumfo en mampehino ewodno de mbrehye bedwumedendo mpehino quarterfo asemdibiafo abo ni hina egwa wachem de oye owura jo Jachi Kwasin onhwe na onsi fom sesiara de onye mbrehye bedwumeni emfama adishow ason not abatum peshodo na wojina oye Ghana amambra afi apimidon kunu ediokunu ebien article nefa otodo ediokunu anan enjidemu ebien ono ena wojina da wode embre wode we oye owura James Jachi Kwasin ni sesi amenuka se de waso nsen form na afi oye by election na meka wansan ento aban fufuru biem na ne obedi nkunim ho no na wode esido abaye mbrehye bedwumeni na the midmed echi no ena oye mbranyini edema oye petitioner no oye owura ankoma nifa okyeremu dem abra wode ensem no koda Supreme Court no ana wode kada Cape Coast High Court no na won nsusuyi na won hye nyan ne dem wo bo hwede obesan aka de won san na won kona won koto ababiem na wonyi mbehye bedwumeni emfama dam mpotam wo no na won ebisade nya so wabem edi amo na no wa won nije sampa
Abuja for yanja we so na yetwa ho ba de aka mu bia no ye de beso mo
Malatus oppositifolio, Piglina nitida, Tetraplora, Tetraptella, Pepsi dinesio africana, Eya habai, Eya nubra, Eya nuhini, Ejama heba present and sabre oti enken, Ede and Eya how, Shock Yari Bubu, Siaria, Awo, Eya odaju, Afens when your name Yari to say gonorrhea, syphilis, chlamydia, trachoma, low sperm count, Afu of Chico, Emma, fibroid, close to etu. Car Edwashiase, a cow cotobe, a cow with cheap typhoid area, also after women who show a jama head president. Me cow say, Yadia Haban, ye fresher, a year for, and ye dear went to Madame, Ubawe, one week, wait no more, sir. A hoya babia, Yadia Haban, a set nipasum, at the Kenyaria, a preno. A jama head president or solution. You are Haban, you won't Lubra, you won't Yahinia, a bit to the Sayano at the amount. Yahian is a weapon among Nuaba, Pokuase. Maida headquarters, you Kumase, Seria Junction, and after so today, bumper to bumper. You want Yanko.
So dear, now to Ghana Mampani, His Excellency, Nana Adodankwa Kufuado, what it to state-owned enterprises for himself. Woman Shapana, woman to national development agenda and intimate cost of power, just say, and you may be a good, I first be a brain, I can't quite no mobile, our maimu. They said, the common fossil year, Jumanosha, Central, into me and boy.
The opportunity of this platform to commend you, managers of the state entities, for sustaining your organizations satisfactorily and for contributing to this positive development in the midst of this unknown foe. Part of the credit for this evolution goes to the activities of the new board of SIGA under the chairmanship of an outstanding personality of Ghana's private sector, Terry Darko. The theme for this event, driving the implementation of performance enhancement measures in SOEs, GVCs, and other state entities, has thus taken on even more significance as we strive to return our lives to normalcy and our economy to the kinds of growth it enjoyed prior to the onset of the pandemic. Historically, our nation has had difficulties in fashioning out a comprehensive strategic approach to managing the SOE sector. Conflicting objectives, dispersed monitoring systems, lack of transparency, and weak lines of accountability have been symptomatic of Ghana's underperforming SOE sector. I'm hopeful that by the end of each fiscal year, every specified entity that has signed this compact with government will be able to achieve these objectives. You must also focus on your supply chain activities by involving Ghanaian entrepreneurs to spur the micro, small, and medium-scale enterprises MSME sector in order for more and more young people to be employed. If we can do this continuously for 5 years, imagine the number of lives we will be impacting. I'm encouraged to hear that most of your entities will be posting profits this year, and happier to learn that some will finally pay dividends to the state. Say that all of us involved in the operations of SIGA should put our ideals and ideas, experience and expertise together and work as a team. The Ghanaian people expect no less from us and demand that we put this country onto the path of sustained progress and prosperity. We should provide leadership that thinks of the next generation and not just the next election. The challenges exist, but we have great opportunities in the foundation we have laid too. With your commitment and determination,
na watwe mu ana soafo a wohwe oman no sika so edibetu media budget ese Ghana ba ebo ne homodin ase adwuma no so opepe baako ese 1 million ediba oman Ghana mu.
Mr. Speaker, despite the generally strong performance of our economy in recent decades, the issue of unemployment and jobs for our youth, who constitute close to 71% of our population, persists. This situation has been exacerbated by the pandemic, by the impact of this pandemic. Taking the lesson from our recent past, we are deliberately intervening to avoid a jobless economic growth and recovery. Mr. Speaker, at the strategic level, our comprehensive and holistic response to the employment and jobs issue remains anchored on the private sector. It is for this reason that government's recovery program transformation agenda is easing the constraints of the private sector to enable them to expand and provide jobs for the youth. A recent survey indicated that about 50% of local employers report misalignment of or inadequacy of skills in the market. It also reports that at least 50% of new tertiary institutions entrants are enrolling in programs in sectors with no or little growth in labor market. Mr. Speaker, in response to this, we are strengthening the links between education and job market stakeholders. We are also revitalizing the skills development initiatives under Ghana Enterprise Agency, NEIP, YEA, and COVID. We are also feverishly working on a scheme that enables the private sector to train new recruits entrants at a subsidized rates by government. Mr. Speaker, our intention of building an entrepreneurial nation is already known. We aim to empower our youth to be at ease and venture into businesses. The cleanup of the financial sector and the invigoration of the entrepreneurial ecosystem is expected to help remove the binding constraints of financing and market linkages for our daring youth. Our focus will remain on establishing a strong value system for entrepreneurship to flourish. Mr. Speaker, recognizing that more needs to be done, government is today announcing a 1 million jobs initiatives to aggressively respond to the needs of the country. This is to promote growth in SMEs, support new ventures, and stimulate innovation and startups.
Abusiafo yɛto aso de ayemra nkramantum hayana enadue ya ɛna ɔhema wo pokwaso ne mafo bi ɛde homowo ɛkɔhyehyɛ so ɛwɔ krani tomkyɛm sɛ wei ɛyɛ ketewa kora na kɛseɛ na nkasa deɛ ɛnkyɛ deɛ no ɛbɛba so na ɔhema wo poku ase ɛyɛ na klokan de nso ɔtɔ so enum ɔtɔ so nan ɛna afɛ so na busu apani wɔn nyɛ de nsɛm ahodoɔ ɛto dwa
beekune huɛ homokple ba ni fɛn jɛni tafrakyɛ nyumɔ ne abelebe ni akɛ ayɔ ni gbɔmɔ wala ahun ka ta bɛ ni jɔnmɔ wa fe gɔnɔ ni nyumɔ babɔ nɛmɔ ni agbɛrɛkɛ aduwi yɛ kɔn ni yɛ ni nyɔ edzɔmi yɛ ba nuwɔ kɛtɔ ndono ibala kake gamɛ wonye wojose no ni nyumɔ fi ɔha wɔ akɛ adisan nuwɔ kɛji ŋmɛni ŋmɛlɛ tɔ anɛ lɛlɛ nyumɔ nɛ ni abelemba ni wɔnɛ ko wɔ yiyɛ esakɛ efe sidanoko ha nyumɔ nuwɔ kɛtɔ yeli kɛsɔmɔ ni abɛ kɔmi akɛ weku ma biyɛ eji noko ni eji kusunko ni wɔ kɛ nda nyumɔ si yɛ jɔmɔɛ ne kɛ ha wɔ akɛ gamɛ nuwɔ kɛji o nani wɔn fe ne mɛ wɔ hiɛ sɔ nɔ ni nyumɔ fe ha wɔ ne ha nyumɔ ne ha wɔ na abele mba ni wɔ nɛ ko wɔn ye ɔnyɛ wɔ kɛ nkɔ wɔ bi ni wɔn da ni wɔn ya wɔ hiɛ nuwɔ ene he wɔ ni ne kɛ kusun ne eba machine bɔ n'afɛ ni awa hɔn yi akɛ nyumɔ dɛnkyɛ edzɔ wɔ ni lɛlɛ bianɛ ehia wɔ adakɛ kɛwɔ dun abili ɛkɔn ni wɔn nɛ ko wɔ yi yɔ ni wɔn kɛ wɔ he wɔn kɛ wɔ bi eji nyugbɔ yi to igbɛdjanɔ to yɛ wɔ gamɛ ahe wɔ eji noko ni wɔ kɛ da nyugbɔ si.
mɛnɛ wɔn ye lantejawe afi no makɔ no ni makɛ ɔbla yi ɛfɛn akɛ amɛkɔɛ sihren ojogba amɛba suban kpakpa amɛhesi kaka ɔbla yi odibo alo yi odibo na na akɛ bule ye ohe aka hinshi keke na nye basa awatale kume ni esa gbomonye die itino fen ke he no ma ba obla ye na ka ngene gbine ni won yi lante jan we afi wona ma he wo yo ne amekwa gbijulo no ni amehishi ojogba ni wo se ke mko ke na obla yi na ke na obla yi ni e chosemo ke e ba afifo
abusiafo yennyira wesu na yetwa hu tawu ye ba na yakọ obi man so abusiafo yentu aso na yenko obi man so dia na yekọ Malaysia man no na okopie mu a na otubeto da se COVID-19 no amano hom no so pa anya sam keto na some health workers na wo ho no wo mo akire mu se mpanifo no kwese mo msika bi ni nyina mo fa ma mo na se yara amano hom so nipa na bodom pemaburo mo so ni senti no mo de strike pa ebe hye so na mo so ma masojafo e wo ho no wo mo ekoye nhyemude e wo
sɛ ekopo mu ɛwɔ Malaysia mema na ɛwɔ nso amdebo for banyene de ɔyɛ no COVID-19 case n akoduru 17,045 ama emu 92 de wetan ɛwɔ nsiado na ɔno ɛna ɔyɛ wɔne Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin ɔne samchofo kasa no ɛna ɔkyem de sesiara de ɔbɛsra pa obia mbɔm no modende obɛnyihye no do na de mensem no ɛna ɔyɛ Dr. Fo no ɛwɔ nso a wɔn adwen de wɔkɔ etiato na ekira wɔkɔ strike na niento strike ni hina ayene de oye COVID-19 case wa bana amanfo hwe won sike bi wode mo nya da wode mo won mintu no oye Malaysia doctors wo ho nia no wo sise adenya do be yedwuma wo ko strike emembe hye bedwumfo so wo ko ho meeting ewo wone bia wo dwendwen ho kon do a wo hwe we so da me oho yi na no na wa boa emone ekon wo kuntie COVID-19 wetum ejina brani
obi man so ensem ana edaso ejiana na se me bohwi akopiem ewo eye Chile na yinya ne se eye afe baako ene fa covid man homene so ewo oman mu no wa to school mu nyina si anyame ayadoma abrewa ayipuma kwanmu a enche obebi school
Se ekope mu ewo Chile ano owo South America minimum ni hina ene de yerba waje atese ewo wiase afane ni hina meka metre COVID-19 na de me ensem no onmedo ema Chile ikono oye won school adan ni hina wotutum so be afekor ena efani na impayinfo ahye achechefo a wode de me school ahodo a wo Chile memu ano de won hwe na wombo school no ema mofama entum nkonkusua ade na ono ena chechefo no achemu de depi enya roba penende ochina ena da niente wanka penedo ni hane de COVID-19 kode yerbe enya za wa koda owo papa indi penifo se enya do wo school nende ena ochina enwo so woni penifo no lochi papa de yerbe wo ho na wor pede won san enkobwe oye school dan ne enmofama nsa won chinkosua adebium enti nde ekopo mu ewa Chile mema a chechefo ho no was one pene ema wumbo school no ende ochina ena da
Abusia Fuancha Sahana Kasia, now Trevi Cassi Nina, Yadi Ebesi Ediamo, and some who do be ever soon Ebinisa, not Trimo, Government Pania because Saya for COVID-19, which almost a bon one day has said. The Bruce Afibeco did any purpose 20 million COVID-19 vaccine, one more Etimia watches, vaccines of food bravery, a mamma who do be so ever, a beef US, be so free UK mining more, what they ever wanted their COVID-19 at
Sansno na otwemu ana Ghana mampani de atu idwase se base ebeye eyi ewo manga ne mudia enam covid ne hunti no eye don hwemi nu pe ani mfanye yi
Sanso and Millennium Excellence Award for Etni Abochi Amehine ewo sebeje fenu nyam for Abrams na Kingsford Bible no bona baso pa se babon hodi e ba ma sebeje adumani mu a no ene wache pa ewo fie
Sanso ana eye numunyamfo kisi ajabia waboni din se woye special prosecutor o se o mana kwanya no a obefa eye anas areme yawo anas ekwanso ede aye na adwuma
abujafo wei ene afoforo pie ko bi manso die nyina no yede ne nyina ebeso na nyumako bi adaro mapa yetimi ebeso mo nyubire yede aseda no ema ejama heba and prayer center wase yade bi etete won de faba na wo mo enhwew yade bi ase sunsun na se honam de wori be pie mu e mo so yo betimi ahwew pa ma ho atɔw pa entime so se ye on sabi na ajo yef no aboso a fa ebe pie wo ho na wo mo enhwew se wachi dompe e na etwew ana se wuti e na pa wo dɔw gaga pa wo da kwa wutumi enda ifacho ne nyina fa be pie mu e wo ho se wo to ase e na etwetwe wona se dompe wona mu baba dompe na ko se ba bi foforo ne nyina fa ba na wo mo ebetumi aboa pa afese awo mo nsam ayede e de ama odi a eno se jama ya be prayer center for sebra na wo mo enhwew na wo so wo fa hama na ensaw ya de na wo so se de ente se wo ba no wo se wachi pa wo de no edit ifacho ntrafe ma ya de endu ni padua emo se ba sa sika ho ba de fuse ntumi enkoye adwuma ne set ya de bi etete wo de fa be pie mu ewo ejama hair press center for aso na wo ntumi enhwew pa wo aso ya no ya miensa ena wo mu kokuma ase a wo mu ewo atonso agugu sewi junction mu na state no ena edi hwe ni ma fa tabwachile bompa wo banka so de puku asema ya ho na so yakese no ankasa ewa ewo so ba mbetumi ahwew pa afa yo mu product bi eno so de kutia so huhu nsam kwani santi eno so na bi betumi aboa wo na do for bonefo na gya tu nyina mo e ba cha branches no o ba ba o mu ye dwuma fiti joda ekosi kwasieda anopa no nsem wa hyese ni no online na wo mo apon o ba no afam on numbers we so na so open to bia e 0244848053 and 0244970845 and afi
Egm Media College to ensa afrew eye Ghana nyina bi awo bia akonya no aba se obakofa forms ewo eye Egm Media College aso ene wo manga ne mu na forms no obenya bi ewo Egm Eba Prayer Center so ye wo manga ne emiensa kumasi atonsu agogo ana bompa to bompa meka gbechiri ana kesepa de puku asemaya oba ntabeka forms team 50 Ghana cedis se open cheche mu bia efa ye dwumadie hu a obefre 249729673 obejos
abusafo yafa aseda ema wo ba boa pa ma yetimbe sumu emre ye ko MC ahodia na eye Desmond Senega no na ogutu ho no tinti bibia ema wunya bi ehweye afei camera na chi die na eye Salifu na Fesovan won enom hwe bibia ewo ho producer no eye Ashley executive producer eye Apostle Ejama news team for no bia eye na famodie pa amire yi akenkan for no eye me oba pa atwia dankwa me ni nwa bema
Nana Safo Kantanka achenkwana na me numbri si anya ye die buru mu de enya ho
ebese ho abusiafo yeso incident se tamite jama ebeto so ede ma pa nyame yadom oche kwese ya kaise obekwa asori nyame yadom so ada joda anopa ibehia ewo anopa mu nsam dwumadie so yedam ase samoje bena mo hweye yakra